Hey, Wyoming, and anybody else who chooses to listen. I'm just a small stay-at-home mom, grandmother, wife of a trucker husband. Anyway, let's get started. COMEY was brilliant today, or yesterday, Friday. He was brilliant. He played both victim and whistleblower. So I don't look for him to go to jail on anything. He'll get immunity and he'll skate free just like Hillary did. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a 40-year litigator, actual litigator, not some Washington lawyer that has a law degree that never had a business of their own, that ever had to practice on their own, but an actual litigator in both federal cases and huge Army contracts. Okay, this is what I get from his understanding. Since it's called anything obtained by the F.I.S.A. warrant is no good. Poison tree fruit. Meaning that since they had used Carter Page as their indoor to start wiretapping Trump and his campaign during transition, anything obtained through that is poison. Whether it be a name, a cell phone, a document, a tweet, none of it is usable. So what they're doing right now, and the reason they're holding all these hearings, is they're digging for something. They're digging for, what do you call a smoking gun. Remember, they tried tax evasion. That didn't fly. They tried banking fraud. That didn't fly. They tried collusion with Russians. Well, that isn't flying too well. They tried the dossier. That is a big old fat nothing at the end of the road. And so they want to hold these hearings so that they can pull people on perjury charges. So I would recommend to Jeff Sessions, you be very careful. You just need to remember, they can't fire your ass. Only the president can now. So you've got a real big immunity shield there, whether you know it or not. And I'm sure you do, as a practicing prosecutor for, you know, what, 30 years or so? But put on your big boy pants, dude. You don't have to cave into these guys. They are going to grill you like you're a grilled cheese sandwich. And they're going to try to get you to slip up because they have no evidence. They're hoping you guys build their case. Do you get that? They want you to build their case. And my lawyer always said, you don't go to anything without a lawyer. I don't care if it's a local court, a speeding ticket. You don't go anywhere without a lawyer. So I would highly suggest it. You take a lawyer with you, and you make sure that he's okay before you answer anything. Just to make sure things are cool. Let's move on to, oh, yeah. Special counsel. What is this? Special counsel Mueller was FBI director in 2013, which puts him under the Obama administration, which puts James Comey as his assistant director. Okay, are you getting a clue here yet? Comey leaked something so that he could get a special prosecutor, and then names his former boss as special prosecutor. They either think we're stupid or we have such short-term memory that we don't remember the 9/11 deal where him and Mueller worked out some pretty gnarly things in the background, or the attacking of the Tea Partiers. Lois Lerner seemed to walk away with her full pension out of that one. Nobody went to jail. Nobody lost their offices. Not even Eric Holder when he was busted for perjury. Excuse me. So this whole witch hunt is just absolutely astounding, because Mueller's supposed to be doing the Russian probe. Now, what in the cornbread hell does have that to do with Sessions' testimony that he gave, that later on he corrected, that we all know now. Go back and look at the video. You will be just simply amazed. Al Franken, when he asked him, he didn't ask him if he'd ever spoke to Russian ambassadors while he was a senator. And according to Sessions and them guys, they're saying it wasn't asked on the deal on the disclosure either. So he simply didn't answer it. I believe that. I think that the way Franken worded it, it was a trap. And I think this thing had been going on since, well, they got that FISA warrant in October. So Democrats must have known they were going to lose then, even before the election. I would have thought so too. Excuse me, so dry. Especially since in October, crowds for Hillary were like 500 people. Crowds for Trump were like 20,000 people. So I think we already knew Trump was going to win. And I think they did too. Even with all the fake Main Street media polls, 90% Hillary, and, you know, Trump 222 on electoral votes and Hillary 313. Well, now we know that's all bullshit. So polls don't mean anything. It just means who are they calling. And most times they're calling 15 of theirs and 5 of yours. And, you know, it's bullshit. Same with economists. Oh, the economy is going to collapse. I'll tell you what, buddies. My old man and I just went back to work after 2 years of struggling. And shit's doing great. And I couldn't be more proud of my president today. Because we're not going to starve to death next winter. We're finally out of the woods of socialism and redistribution of wealth and paying for everybody else's ride while we suffer the ones that work. So I don't care what the New York Times says or the Washington Compost or NBC, ABC, all those alphabets. You guys are full of shit. And most of us have figured it out. This is why you began censoring our internet and trying to keep us offline, blocking us on Twitter, blocking us on Facebook, putting us in Facebook jail or Twitter jail for 24 hours, 30 days. You don't want the truth out there. Well, there's enough smart people out there that will find the truth if they want to seek it out. Okay, Comey said 20 people knew this, meaning that the Russians, or no, wait a minute, how do I want to put that? Comey said 20 people knew. Okay, that's 16 cabinet members and 4 somebody else's. We need to find out who those 4 somebody else's are. That knew about the election and the DNC hacking. Here's another question. FBI never had their hands on them servers or computers of the DNC, but yet they're blaming the Russians? 17 agencies? Well, it turns out it's 3 or 4. It's like NSA, FBI, CIA, and some obscure outfit. Too many of them as far as I'm concerned. You could cut them in half and still probably cover everything just fine. But anyway, the 4 that are not listed, we should be asking them who they are. And I'll lay odds it works out like this. Hillary Clinton, John Podesta. Is at least 2 of them. Is at least 2 of them. She still has a security clearance. What? Are we nuts? This woman can tap into our NSA, FBI, and all of that and know what we're doing now? When she's known for selling our secrets? For pay to play? What are we, stupid? Somebody over there better get their shit together. And Pompeo, you better be pulling these classified people's credentials. They need to go. I don't care what you have to do. Reprogram the whole damn system. But Pompeo, get on the ball, dude. You have to remember, and this is my final note on this, that they don't have a case unless we help them build it. Okay? The Democrats got nothing. They've got, you know, they've got to justify this Mueller. Okay? Because he's going to spend millions of dollars on a nothing donut. But he'll find something, and I'll bet it boils down to some obscure perjury because somebody forgot they did something 20 years ago. And that's what they're looking for, because then it makes Trump illegitimate. It makes the whole administration look corrupt when we've just dealt with 20 years of corruption. I'm sorry, today may be Papa Bush's birthday, but the shit started with him. When he signed us on for Agenda 21 and United Nations. And then Baby Bush just followed suit. And Mueller was involved in that too, you know. He's got a long history of putting the screws to people that are supposed to be his friends. I don't think he can do this case objectively. Not with Comey being his pal. Not with him being Obama's pal. Not with a couple of cases, especially the 9/11 deal, 9/11 deal. Them guys were covering up so goddamn fast it wasn't even funny. Not with a lot of problems with Mueller. Do you want a special counsel? Pick one out of Missouri. I'm sure there's a good federal litigator there. Anyway, with all that, that was just my thoughts today. Oh, and one more thing. Politico. What a junk one that one is, huh? I'd like to know who writes that so I could slap the shit out of them personally. All they do is bitch, complain, doom and gloom. Make stories up. Back their stories up by liars. Or nobody at all. You know, that shit's got to stop. You want to make a complaint? Put your name out there. My name is Judy Jones. I live in Casper, Wyoming. And I'm telling you, Political, New York Times, Huffington Post, and all the rest of you lame street media, you're full of shit. What do you think I get to do all day? You know, after I take care of my housework, my kids are raised, my old man went back to work, life is good. I get to check on your ass. And you know what I'm finding? You're full of shit. So, with that, I guess we'll finish out with my pal, Robert Palmer. It takes